our life.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, like, not even tied to stream or anything. Just ask you in general. You said you tried the grimace shake today, and you liked
Yeah,
it.
I did. Yeah, I liked it. It was
That's
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Remind,
Because
yeah,
I know
remind,
everyone's doing the fucking meme where it's like, oh, I tried to join the shake, and it's like they fucking die.
yeah.
They
But it's actually pretty good. It tastes like a blueberry muffin, honestly. It's pretty good.
from what I've heard from someone who tried it, they said it tasted like a lavender to them. So, but I need to try it hopefully before the month soda.
Yeah.
I don't go to McDonald's.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Um, but yeah, no, it actually looks good. I mean, like the people fake dying to it. That was a trend with the like Spider Verse. Burger King did a Spider Verse Whopper where the bun
Yeah,
was like
I know about that one.
um, and it's basically the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a dumb trend. I mean, in some cases I find it funny, but it's like, man, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Anyway, but continuing with chaos.
Operating out of a massive helicopter base constructed in the Grand Canyon, enemy Army helicopter units continue to oppress the American West. The target area terrain is sure to be confusingly fierce because the enemy Army has taken over guerrilla bases from the Arizona insurrection days. Please watch your steps so you don't fall into the 1 mile deep ravine. Use artillery with long-range firing effectively and destroy all the target areas.
So there's a chance I could actually fall into the Grand Canyon itself.
This mission goes by the call name
Yeah.
Operation Arizona Blood and Gunpowder Smoke.
Why not just call it Operation Blood and Gunpowder Smoke?
No.
I don't hate the name. It's one of the better like operation names, and I'm certain a lot of these operation names are used as jokes, but like, even here is part.
Good luck and Godspeed, Mr. President.
I'm not upset. It was like
Yeah.
could have had a slightly better name. You know what? I'm gonna keep the weapons I currently have equipped and hope that's good enough. If not, I'll swap weapons out.
The enemy is building a military base in the Grand Canyon. Doesn't this remind you of the Arizona insurrection days?
No.
No, I don't remember anything. Except the smell of blood and gun smoke. All right, let's rock and roll.
Now I'm wondering what the fuck the Arizona insurrection was about.
Mr. President, the view certainly is grand, but stop with the don't look down jokes, please.
I'm wondering if it's something specifically for the game.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't put that on. You have some interesting history facts on the Grand Canyon.
Um, let's see here. Give me a moment. I do know the Grand Canyon is one of our national parks. National parks itself, a concept dating itself back to the late 1800s when Theodore Roosevelt was president. The first one was Yellowstone National Park, and if I'm probably wrong, but yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah, I was gonna say like Yellowstone is in the same place as the Grand Canyon, but no, I'd be a fucking idiot if I said that.
No,
But yeah,
Yellowstone is.
in Wyoming, and basically in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. But there is a Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, so
Oh, neat.
technically true.
Didn't know.
But yeah, mostly when it comes to national parks, the idea was, well, the cities are big, they're dirty, there's all this stuff into it, and so people basically said, well, we have this vast wilderness that, looks beautiful, and we probably need to protect it.
Yeah.
And the other reason being that, well, it's a great spot to look at the sublime, if you know what that term is.
Vaguely. I think I've heard it before, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
Right. Sublime basically means that,
Okay.
if I look, it's that it's just,
It looks nice.
Scientists were among the POWs
yeah, it's
you
elevated.
rescued. They were
Like,
held in the
it's
mountains
joyous,
to
elevated, it's
military
a high-end
helicopters.
place,
Right. Okay.
things like that. So
Oh,
many
so
people
that's where they
started
put it.
going
Maybe
over
you walked
and,
right past it.
asking for national parks around certain places like Yellowstone and the Great Smoky Mountains because, it was a great and beautiful. They're great and beautiful places to go to. And besides, it gets you out of the city, and especially the combination with road travel due to the advent of automobiles. A lot of people can go down to these national
Target
parks.
area, huh? Almost like a bird's nest.
Mhm.
Too bad you don't
I
have
know,
any bird seed. I guess we'll have to give them some delicious
a fact that I can
firepower
give about the
instead.
Grand
A
Canyon because
musician was
I
among the
actually
POWs
remember
you
this
rescued.
joke.
He was forced
There
to perform
was,
to entertain the troops.
I don't remember which Flintstones movie it was, but one of the direct-to-video movies for the Flintstones actually had a joke about the Grand Canyon. And it was basically just a very small stream.
Right. Yeah.
And I think um if I remember correctly, it's one of two Flintstones movies. I want to say it was the movie where Pebbles and Bam Bam end up getting married.
Oh, okay.
Because there are two movies that I remember one of my sisters loved for years, and every time it would come on, she would try and record it.
Increasing with
Yeah.
support troops from connecting
But
areas.
it was
Please be careful.
I don't remember what the name of it was. I think it was Viva Rock Vegas or something. Which I think either I might be confused with one of the live action movies or they reused the name. But I know another one. Another one of the movies where Pebbles end up getting pregnant and having twins. There was a movie that was Holly Rockabye Baby,
Mr.
and it
President,
could be
Oh,
either,
okay.
but it could
troops
be
is
either
coming.
one of those movies.
So you're
Yeah.
Metal Wolf, eh? Then you can die for Sir Richard.
Sir Richard? What? Has he been knighted?
Going up against jokers like this is so tiring. I'll have to ask you to leave this stage before you get hurt.
I do remember visiting the Grand Canyon when I was really young with my parents. But honestly, the place that I remember the most when it comes to canyons and cliffs was Cliff Palace in the Mesa Verde National Park over in Colorado. You ever seen Cliff Palace?
Nope.
Okay, so Cliff Palace is a cliff dwelling. It was made by the ancestral. I'm gonna butcher the name here. The Puebloans.
President.
Uh, yeah.
Hurry up and move ahead.
And the thing is, it's very impressive to look at because a cliff dwelling is essentially like a town that's inside a cliff.
Oh, that just sounds badass.
Yeah, I know. It's mostly made out of sandstone, mortar, and wood. Uh, from what from what I'm reading here, it was it was constructed and refurbished around 1,190 through 1,260, uh, and it was abandoned by the 1300s. Some people say it was due to mega droughts, uh, caused them to leave. But yeah, so I guess around
I'd laugh at the term mega droughts, but I know those aren't a thing.
yes,
The term just sounds funny to me, but I know they are things. So
oh yeah, and you can go to Cliff Palace, and you can find like murals and things like that that lasted, from all this time. It was just very impressive to look at.
and where did you say that was?
Mesa Verde National Park. It's in Colorado.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I rarely been out of state.
Yeah.
Which really saddens me because the only times I remember being out of state, like the first time I remember actually leaving Texas was for a funeral of a family member that I didn't even really know all that well. Like I knew her for like a year or two, and then she passed away.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was like my great grandmother or something. And by that time, like I had no connection to it. So, like
Yeah.
I was not upset during that funeral when she was out because it's like I didn't know her. But um, went to Oklahoma City for that, and I did go to Disney World when
Nice.
yeah, I went to Disney World. Uh, and this was back in 2006, and I think the thing that still to this day saddens me about that trip is I never got a chance to ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ah damn.
Like that was one of the big rides that I really wanted to ride, and the reason I didn't get a chance to ride it, um, all comes down to they were renovating the ride at that time.
Oh well,
Because they were,
that's yeah.
yeah, they were
Yeah, that's
renovating the
understandable.
ride because that was around the time the second movie was coming out.
Oh right, yeah.
But they were renovating it to make it to add more themes of the movies.
Yeah.
Um, so I didn't get to ride that. I know it was like we went around the time the first Cars movie came out,
Oh, okay.
and my parents were debating one of the days because it had rained and a lot of the things that we were going to ride were closed for a while. So my parents were debating just taking the the kids because I was there with my grandmother and I was there with my cousins. But
Yeah.
they were debating on just taking us to go see Cars that day.
Oh, okay.
We didn't go. We ended up we did
Take a
just end up
gander at the
actually
heroic
riding
dive
rides.
down to the Colorado River.
But we definitely had fun going to Disney World. And I wish I could go again because there's a lot of cool stuff. Especially now they finally added some. I think this year they finally added a Tron Light Cycle ride, which has been
Oh,
in
nice.
yeah, and that's been in like Tokyo Disney World for a couple of years now. They finally brought it to America, and I'm happy and I do want to ride it. And speaking of that, apparently Disney has finally revived the fucking Tron 3 movie.
Oh, okay.
So like after I do the fucking Tron 2.0 playthrough, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna revive the fucking Tron. Like Glitch finally played the Tron game on stream. Let's revive the project. Um, I know that's like there's no correlation, but
This
it's kind
strength
of
is
funny to
high
think of.
against
Yeah.
live
But
ammunition.
definitely happy that they revived the project. Um, and from what I've heard, um, Jared Leto is not attached anymore. The story seems to be the exact same from what was originally planned, where it's a program is actually able to get out of out of the grid and into the real world, and it's talking about like the ramifications of that. Which
Yeah.
to be honest, after something like Tron Legacy, that like I'm not upset that that's the story that they're going with, because that's kind of a that really seems like what they wanted to do after Tron Legacy. Um, Sad it took them nearly 20 fucking years to do it, or not 20 years, 10 years to finally do that sequel, but eh. It could be worse. It could be It could be the 30 years it took for us to get the first sequel of Tron.
Yeah.
Because I know the first movie came out in 1982, and then Tron Legacy was like 2010. So like 30 fucking years. 30 fucking years to fight. Oh shit! I didn't realize the platform I was standing on. Right.
All right.
But yeah. And I know you're not like you haven't seen Tron, and you're not as attached to it as I am, but I just think it's interesting that allegedly they are finally reviving that project. And I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see if they don't just fucking cancel it a month later like they've done every other time the project keeps getting alive.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, like they announced last year during D23, like the big Disney convention that shows off Disney's newest projects. Last year they announced the new Tron game, and that came out recently, which I need to get a copy of. It's I'm real happy because that game was that game when it was first announced, it was just coming to Steam, and then I think back in like February they announced, oh, it is getting a Switch release, so
Oh, nice.
probably if I get a copy, and I have money for it now, just trying to save what little money I have, and sooner than I've bought stuff in a while. But I might need to grab that one of these days. I think I might next year for licensed game hell be willing to do like Tron Evolution, the prequel game to Tron Legacy, which is all right. Although I have like I have that game on 2 fucking systems. Like I have it on Xbox, and I have it on PS3.
Right.
But I also have the Wii game that is entirely fucking different from the Wii and
Yeah.
PS3 version. But I think if I do Tron Evolution next year, I don't want to dedicate a full playthrough to the Wii game, but I'll definitely show it off because it's all right. It's like I don't want to call it a mini game collection.
Yeah.
It kinda is, but it kind of is, it kind of isn't. But I know a lot of like a decent chunk of Wii games did that. Although I am happy that the game modes, because it feels more like a trying to think of the term or something I can relate it to. It reminds me a lot of something like one of those online games where it's like here's an online multiplayer game with different game modes. Like here's a death match, here's a capture the flag. It's like something like that.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't think I have my copy over here, and I'll double check. Does not have online.
Oh, damn.
Which, well, I mean, at this point, If it ever did, those servers are long fucking dead by now.
Oh yeah.
But it seems like a game that actually would have been really fucking cool to have online. Um, hell, that's like, I know the actual version of Tron Evolution on PS3, PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 that was released at the time. Um, Also had like deathmatch and light cycle modes in that.
Yeah.
And last I checked, I think it's been a year or two since I've checked. I need to check again. But last I checked, those servers are still on. You know, a game from 10 fucking a game that most people have forgotten about from 10 fucking years ago. Yeah, apparently that's still on.
Yeah.
A little longer and this ravine will be back in its original state.
Well, and it's funny because I know I know there was DLC for Tron Evolution, but all the DLC was basically just skins for multiplayer. Like, oh, you want to have your character look like Kevin Flynn from the movies? You can do that. Um,
This sequencer.
I gotta figure out where I need to go now. Because there's like one area that I need to destroy, and I'm done with the level.
Yeah.
Um, I do like. Last session there was a level where they talked about where the after the level, like the like what happened sort of thing, or how America took things after you took care of the level. Uh, it was for the Beverly Hills stage. I remember that, but it was they had this whole explaining like what happened you um, after you saved Beverly Hills,
Yeah.
and they actually mentioned that the events of the game after the game, the events that happened ended up getting turned into a real life biopic that won many Academy Awards. And
Oh damn.
and the theme song, because you like the news anchor that's criticizing you throughout the entire game, uh during that stage you actually go to the mansion, like you go to the mansion of a famous rapper, and apparently the rapper ends up actually making a #1 single for the movie.
Nice.
Yeah. It's funny because in the level they refer to the rapper as Money Money Gold, and the subtitle or the epilogue for that stage refers to him as Manny Manny Gold.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it's a typo or if that's how it was originally supposed to be and they forgot to retranslate it or something.
Well, maybe he had a change in stage name. No, that happens at times.
Yeah, maybe. But it was really funny to me, the fact that apparently after the events of the game, the the events of the game was
The
turned
enemy
into
has been
a
annihilated.
biopic in universe.
Finally,
And the
peace
biopic
in
is
Rocky,
literally just called
Arizona.
Metal Wolf. Like, not Metal Wolf Chaos,
Nice.
just Metal
War
Wolf.
really doesn't suit these lovely surroundings.
Jody,
Pork chop.
nor someone as lovely as you.
Sure, whatever. Nice work, Mr. President.
actually rescued a decent chunk of the POWs instead.
Oh, nice.
You know, that's probably the smoothest I've had a stage go since the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but collecting enough energy pods to upgrade your armor. Nice. Saving the Musician has unlocked a new music track. Oh,
Oh, cool.
that's cool. Residents take the West by storm. With no legs left to stand on, Pop's coup d'etat forces had no choice but to go on. The resistance was gaining steam, and all at once, cities across America began to rise up like fire. Thanks to Michael Wilson's huffing and puffing, the winds of freedom were blowing again and stronger than ever. However, Richard Hawk had a black heart and unwavering. However, Richard Hawk had a black heart and unwavering ambition. Soon, the course of history would do yet another about this. DNA correspondent.
Jody, what's the situation across America?
Actually, it didn't hurt my throat. It was just now my throat's bothering me.
Oh, damn,
forces
sorry.
have retreated from the
Well,
western
like I
states.
said, the doing that voice didn't hurt my throat. It's just my throat just my throat's been a little dry the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yes.
We liberated the West though, so that's good.
This
Yeah.
should kick the resistance movement into high gear.
I can't wait.
You got a voicemail from the resistance, Mr. President.
Delicious. Passion fruit. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Passion fruit Mountain Dew.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like every year they do the Baja Blast. I think last year and they're doing it again this year. They have like special versions of the Baja Blast, where it's not like the full version. Uh, but it's Baja Passion Fruit Punch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Thanks to your efforts, the stage
I
is
want to
set for a
see.
united revolt
I
in
want to
the
see them
West.
do a fucking dragon fruit flavor.
That would be interesting.
I'm considering moving ahead. However, before this takes place, I'd like to meet you in person to talk.
So who you want to bet that the resistance, the leader of the resistance is? Because my bet is that it's gonna be the fucking news anchor guy.
That would probably be a good guess.
Like I'm assuming it's the news anchor guy, and the reason he is lying on the news is probably because the vice president is forcing him to,
Yeah.
or he's being paid or something to say that.
I'll contact you with the details later.
Mr. President, what do you think?
I've been wanting to meet him too.
So let's get you two together.
Because we're gonna get like this big reveal later, uh, with the news correspondent. I just know, like either they're gonna reveal that he's a part of the resistance, or he's gonna have this. Oh, Metal Wolf was the real hero all along. And I'm also convinced that Jody is like something bad's gonna happen to Jody, or it's gonna be revealed that she's actually secretly working for the vice president.
I wouldn't say that about Jody.
Uh, yeah, I think it's less likely that she's a traitor, but I do have this feeling like something bad's gonna happen. I don't think that they're gonna kill her off, but she might end up getting like kidnapped by the vice president towards the end of the game.
You have no faith, loyal secretary?
No, I have faith in my loyal secretary. I just have this strange feeling that something bad's gonna happen to her at some point.
Sure. But before that, we'll head east. Until we take back all of America, there's no rest for the wicked.
You said it, Mr. President.
Well, Jody, at long last, we head east. We'll reach the East Coast in a flash.
But yeah, no, I honestly, I like Jodie and I have faith in her. I just have this, I just have this strange feeling like something bad's gonna happen because it feels like that's what they're trying to set up.
Right.
Enemy of the people, I, Richard Hawk, won't let you get away with it. I, Richard Hawk, will uphold American justice without fail.
Suck on my missile punch!
What the fuck is this cutscene?
No idea.
Somehow this is gonna end up fucking spoiling the
Reason
ending of the
is,
game.
I, Richard Hawk, am the last great American hero.
Oh my gosh.
Let's rumble. Justice.
Oh, this is so beautifully over the top. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the end. Long live the USA!
So out of here, like,
Dear
do
fellow
they just
Americans,
have these
good
mechs
evening.
at the ready for both the president and
This
vice
is
president
an
in case they
announcement from the
absolutely
Government
need them?
Policy Promotion Department,
Yes.
where freedom in the United States wasn't built in a day.
I'm not judging like that.
Good news.
I like the idea because it's
Finally, the evil
case they
has
need
been
it.
crushed. This evening, Metal Wolf, who
Wait, that-
suddenly showed up in New York, was thoroughly beaten to a pulp by
wait, shit, that actually fucking happened?
Hawk, piloting a special heavy mobile armor unit. He annihilated the evil. Occurring at the same time from a confidential covert operation. We have also learned that underground terrorists and Metal Wolf sympathizers in hiding were captured in succession all around the country. Although martial law,
You know, I'm
will
just
continue
disappointed that way I
until
didn't
we
actually
are
get
sure
to
that your safety can
play
be
that fight.
completely secured.
I mean, it was a cool
Yeah.
cutscene, but
For
I'm
today
really
and
disappointed that that
today
wasn't
only,
just a.
Let's celebrate this.
I am
big
definitely
parade.
disappointed that that wasn't a actual playable
This has
fight,
been an
because that would have
announcement
been
from
really
the
cool.
Government Policy Promotion Department.
Yeah.
Your Freedom Point Man.
I mean, even if it's a.
Metal Wolf crushed? And those phony visuals.
Ah, so it was a fake. It was fake. Okay.
Yeah.
What's with that? The special effects don't even beat a Hollywood B movie.
I don't know. The mech design is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Richard's up to his old tricks again.
Mr. President, according to the Special Intelligence Group,
Richard's known for making deep fakes, apparently.
Oh yeah.
news from the anti-coup d'etat.
Which, to be honest, at this point in the game, I would not put behind them.
Yeah.
Like that actually is probably the most. That's probably the closest to what we have nowadays is him making fucking deep fakes to try and smear the curve right now. Like that seems pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah.
But you know it's fake because the hands are the hands very clearly are made by an AI.
Yeah.
Have?
It appears all the resistance activities have gone south.
Jody, those that died are imposters. I am still here.
But I saw you got beat on TV by the vice president. You just said that video was fake.
So?
Believe in your own justice. I won't lose to that false prophet. And the reason is because I'm the president of the United States of America.
Hell yeah!
Mr. President,
There's no time for self-pity. Jody, get me up to speed on the situation in the East.
I'll try with both those. Give me one sec.
Right.
Hawk's military government is waging war against more than just the resistance. The American people, too, came and fight. Hawk called it the citizen re-education movement, but what it really entailed was the surrender of all private property to a government-controlled rationing system. Sorry, I took that out. U.S. Yeah. U.S. citizens were trapped overseas. They used our use of flag tags and weapons. The weak and the unworthy trampled down. Soon, all of their Nigerian streets were painted as over by the thin, oppressive aspect of our time. Tyranny. I don't read that correctly. But it was hate, eugenic wet dream, and an unprecedented, fuck, I know I can say this word correctly, unprecedented constitutional crisis, but also the next chapter of President Wilson saw as he continued to rise up against his form to against the unjust, the American responsibility. There's no need. Oh, hell yeah, we can go to Texas.
Oh, nice.
Let's see, Texas, so it's Houston, Texas, Chicago, New York, and Miami. Yeah,
Well,
but,
you might as well go. You might as well go to your home state.
yeah.
the enemy army has dried up the nation's resources and put the people on a rationing system to construct a spaceplane launch and landing base in Houston. React swiftly as paratrooper reinforcements are predicted to be dropped in from super assault heavy attack helicopters
This one there
that
already
defend the
was a
skies and the
space
base.
station thing in Houston already. Might be misremembering. It could be a different,
Where, like, are you
like a NASA facility
Are
or
you-
something.
misremembering Cape Canaveral?
That might be.
Possibly. Actually, no. There is
The objective is total destruction of all target areas and a super assault heavy attack on Lyndon helicopter.
there is the
This
Lyndon
mission goes
there
by
is
the
the Lyndon
call
B.
name-
Johnson Space Center.
That's in Houston?
That is yes, it's in Houston.
So I thought.
Winner takes all. Olajuwon versus Metalwolf.
I like that now. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Good luck and Godspeed, Mr. President.
Now my question is, how do I So does oh. They said I could upgrade upgrade the armor, and I'm wondering how to do that, but I'm also wondering if that's just kind of something that happens on map or something.
Is it in the is it in manufacture?
Yeah, multi-missile launchers, flamethrowers, handguns, shotguns, machine guns, assault rifles, bazookas, missile launchers, grenade launchers, sniper cannons, railgun.
Oh, guess not.
That being said, I have a funny idea as I'll build them up
Yeah.
missile launcher. You know, I'm wondering if it's just something that happens automatically. That's probably where to be surprised. Oh, wait. Alright. Time to liberate pizza.
This is DNN's Peter McDonald reporting. I'm coming to you live today from a U.S. military base in the outskirts of Houston, Texas. Scarce natural resources sent from the Space Plane Center are collected and kept here. The U.S. military is collectively managing these goods under martial law. Acting as the defense for this area is this super assault heavy attack Elijah 1 helicopter. Take
Holy
a look at this
crap,
firepower.
that looks...
44mm M197
That
anti-aircraft
looks
guns.
so fucking
8mm
ridiculous.
Bofors anti-aircraft cannons. 2 10mm grenade launchers. And finally, 12 missile containers. In addition to
Those
this
are
heavy
missiles? I
arsenal,
thought that
it has the
held
capacity to hold
soldiers.
over 100 soldiers.
Oh,
A
okay.
veritable flying fortress.
It can hold.
As long as the Elijah 1 is on the scene, Meadowolf get off so easily.
Hey, Mr. Newsman!
Thought he was about to crash into the fucking news helicopter.
That would have been great.
The Elijah 1 appears to be dropping parachute seats from its cargo bay. It'll be trouble when those reinforcements land, destroy the target area while shooting down the enemy dropping into the battle.
Okay.
Those must be some
What?
new kinds of weapons.
Wait, hang on.
They're being dropped one after another from the Elijah 1. Meadowolf will have no choice but to deal with this firepower.
It looks like they're literally dropping mines from the helicopter. Like parachuting mines down.
I mean, that's actually pretty realistic, I think.
It just seems kind of silly to me.
I mean, I get it.
And the pride
Well,
of
it's
the
like,
US Airborne is joining the
there
fight.
are
They're
such
dropping
things
into
as
battle
parachute
one after
mines.
the other. This is a scene of biblical proportions.
Yeah.
A modern-day David and Goliath.
Okay, Mr. President.
The
Strike one.
parachute mines
Not
were
serious.
only naval
Keep
mines,
shooting them down.
and they were only used in World War II.
Yeah, but they are at the very least. Oh no, they're fucking drones. Okay.
Oh. Well, that makes more sense then.
Knock out the launch bay doors that drop the bombs. Start by reducing the
I don't think I've
attack.
ever been more
Dr.
disappointed to be
Wright
wrong
seems to have
about
improved the
it
guidance
because
function performance
I
of
think
the
it would have been
platform,
it
Mr.
would have been
President.
a little more interesting if they were parachuting mines down, but I'm not upset, just kind of mildly disappointed.
Yeah.
'Cause I would have liked to see like them parachuting mines down. It's like, all right, we're gonna parachute mines and kind of make like limit the space that you can travel in. Like even if I were to shoot them down, that's still, a
distraction.
Yeah, it's still a distraction, and they have like 5, because they have people in mechs. They can have like 5 people in mechs behind me while I'm just trying to destroy the mines. Maybe a smart way to handle it. They're gonna have to get rid of me eventually somehow. That would have been a smart way to do it. Please tell me I did at least some damage to the fucking helicopter.
device. It's flying blind.
How much ass do you think the president can throw?
Wait, you mean Michael Wilson, the guy we're playing, or
Yeah.
because I was about to ask, like, you mean President Biden? Because I don't think he can throw any
Okay, we can
fucking
add him
ass.
to the who. Okay, which president would throw the best ass?
Michael Wilson, I can definitely see throwing some good ass. As for real life presidents, I bet you Obama could throw some serious ass.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't think Biden or Trump would ever throw ass.
Nah, they'd be in the twerk off.
Yeah, but they wouldn't get. I don't see either of them getting very far.
They'll
They
be butt naked, oiled up, doing a twerk off.
yeah, but I still don't see them. Like they somehow like they're the only two contestants and they still somehow both lose.
Oh yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be interesting to watch, but they would still both fucking lose.
No, fuck it. Just replace presidential debates with a twerk off or gladiator combat.
I
I'd pay to see that.
pay to see that. Whoever wins gladiatorial combat gets to be the next president. I'd be down for
Damn
that.
straight.
Yeah, more interesting than watching a presidential debate. Um, um, let me think. The downside is I can't think of many other fucking presidents off the top of my head, and that's what's bothering me.
Yeah.
Bush Jr. I think, like, I can see him throwing ass, but he would be it'd be a situation where he's doing it, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like he would still like. I'm not saying he'd be bad at it. I'm saying he'd actually be good. He just doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh yeah. I could agree with that.
Who was before Bush
Get
Jr.?
into gear.
That would be Bill Clinton.
The fuselage damage rate is over 70%.
I don't think
Have
he
you
could throw
taken too
ass.
much damage?
No,
No.
I don't see him throwing ass.
I not only do I not see him throwing ass, I see him like people wanting him to throw ass and he just refuses to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of a situation where it's not that to be fair, he probably couldn't in the first place, but at the same time, it's like nothing would have really happened.
Yeah.
One way or the other. I would like to see Nixon throw ass.
That would be fucking amazing.
Nixon's kind of on the fence for me. Like I don't know if he would or if he could or couldn't, but he's one that I'd at least like to see attempt it. Because
I know.
like if he can't throw ass, he at the very least would attempt to, and I'll at least give him points for the attempt.
Honestly, I would have been. Just go back in time, become a senator, and just basically say to Nixon, "Hey, I won't impeach you if you throw ass."
Nixon would probably just look at me. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay,
Throw ass,
this
sir.
is not gonna make a whole lot of sense to you. I'm from the future, and I'll explain. I just need you to throw ass. And Edgar, can you clarify what throwing ass means? Like, I just want to make sure we're on the same that I'm on the same page as you, because I'm thinking it's like that's just fucking dancing, isn't it? Or am I a fucking idiot and confusing what this entire conversation is supposed to be?
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to find a good urban dictionary version for it, but it's like,
It's basically dancing.
yeah, it's basically dancing.
Okay. Okay, so I am at the very least I am on the same page, even if I'm still
Yeah,
fucking confused.
yeah,
That's good.
throwing it back. You could
Okay,
also
okay,
say.
I know what that. Okay, that actually clarifies it a lot for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just Nixon. Nixon. This isn't gonna make a lot of sense. I'm from the future, and
Throw it back.
I need you to throw ass. Just the image of going up to President Nixon. It's like I need you to throw ass.
Oh yeah.
I do a Nixon impression. I can't do Nixon. I don't even want to try because I don't think that like, it's probably gonna sound like that if I do it. JFK, I would believe could throw ass.
Most likely, yeah.
Like JFK is definitely this president throws all kinds of ass.
Yeah, possibly. But it's like, it's like probably wouldn't do it because
Scientists were among the
No,
POWs you rescued
JFK
who
was
were
sleeping
held
in the
against their
car
will to
when
research space resources.
his wife's ass was out like that.
Yeah, but I still think he would like he could throw ass. Whether or
Yeah, most
not
likely.
he will is beside the point. I just like I believe he could actually do it.
Take a look at that.
Oh yeah.
The U.S. ground forces have been totally decimated by the hand of Metal Wolf. But we still have the Speed Age.
Oh right, the helicopter.
That trump card being the Super Assault Heavy Attack Elijah 1 helicopter.
Well, I got its attention, so now all I gotta do is finally fucking shoot it down.
Yeah.
And the best thing is, I have my fucking super attack that just fucking. Oh gosh, that was a lot of fucking damage.
Metal Wolf's fierce assault. The Elijah 1 fuselage has been damaged.
Almost
The Elijah 1
almost
was
fucking
designed to
immediately. I have it
withstand
down to
damage
half health.
from 155mm anti-aircraft cannons. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Hang tough, Elijah 1.
Retreating is one form of tactics, but if you dilly-dally too long, the sun will set, Mr. President.
Okay, we're asking. Like I mentioned, the fucking vice president has a mech suit, and honestly, it's weird to me that he has his own mech suit, but I can at least understand that. Why the fuck does the military have their own fucking mech suits?
I mean, it was probably in development for some time.
Glares at Iron Man.
Look, do you know how much funding we give the goddamn military?
Too much.
Most likely, yeah. But we basically give them the like.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like it's like there's a fucking reason it's called discretionary spending.
Because we've got something they'll never have. Discretionary spending.
Oh yeah, there's I'll criticize America spending spending a little too much on the military, but at the same time, like there's reasons for it.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we're spending so much fucking money on the military just so that they can fucking
Yeah, but listen,
themselves.
it's like we are the final boss of planet Earth, essentially. Like if any nation state wants to come up and try to fucking throw hands, bro, we are the final boss. We'll fucking nuke them back to the Stone Age twice, maybe 3 times.
And the reason is the super
Yeah,
tango
it's like I'm laughing because it's ridiculous to think about, but you're right, we are.
But yeah, it's true.
Like there are a couple countries that I can at least there are countries that I can see being close to us, but none that actually match us.
Yeah, it's like, bro, people are worried about fucking China invading Taiwan. When you look at the situation, Taiwan is very heavily defended, and there's not that many good points for a naval landing. And they also have to go through the United States, military, navy, as well as every other nation, probably in NATO,
Yeah,
who
so
agrees
so
to Article 5.
if aliens ever invade us, then we have America defending us. If they get past America, then we're fucked.
I mean, yeah, essentially. I mean, there's a reason why in the War of the Worlds, like the original book, there's a reason why they invade Britain first.
Down for the count. Finally, the terror is over. Now that's what I call a
I know I just died, but I'm kidding. These are the conversations we have when we're playing.
Yeah, I know.
It's the fucking president of the United States.
Yeah.
Imagine if we were playing fucking Saints Row 4 at this point.
Yeah, I know.
We would have similar conversations.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, there's a reason why the British was invaded in the War of the Worlds first, because the British was basically like the highest power at that time, and if Britain fell, well, every other nation would have fell with it. So,
I've
yeah,
owned a
there's
copy of
that.
that book for years, and I still
This
haven't
is
read it.
DNN's Peter
It's pretty
McDonald
good.
reporting. I'm coming to you live
Oh yeah, no,
today
I
from
should. It's a book that I need to read just in
The
general for
Elijah appears to be
because it's
dropping
Yeah.
parachute
it's classic
from its
sci-fi.
cargo bay. It'll be trouble when those reinforcements land. Destroy the target area while shooting down the enemy dropping into the battle.
Because it's that one, it's and Time Machine. That for years I've
Oh,
been
right,
reading.
yeah.
And
Those must be
I'm
some
I'm
new
upset I
kinds of
still haven't read
weapons.
Time Machine
They're being dropped
Yeah.
one after
because
another
it's
from the
like
Elijah
Time
well.
Machine's not even a long
Men will
a long
have no
book
choice
either,
but to
which
deal with this firepower.
which is another reason why it pisses me off. I've never I've borrowed it from libraries a couple times and I still have never fucking finished it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, and to be fair, if I remember correctly, both those books are old. So if I really wanted to, I could just probably find them.
Oh, yeah.
Super sniper unit and the pride
I
of the
have
US Airborne
seen
is joining the fight.
I
They're
have
dropping into
seen
battle
both
one after the other. This is a scene
movie
of
adaptations
biblical
of
proportions.
Time
A
Machine though,
modern-day David and Goliath.
Okay,
and
Mr. President, let's shoot them down.
the 2002 Time Machine movie with Guy Pearce is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I don't think that adaptation is that great. Like as an adaptation, I don't think it's that great, but it is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a legitimately really good movie.
That device
Yeah.
seems to have
Well,
improved
and
the
the
guidance function performance of the smart bomb, Mr. President.
the plot line of that movie, without giving anything specific away for both the movie and my own series, the plot line for that movie heavily inspired Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Well, and the only thing I'll say is the one thing that I will kind of give away without fully spoiling specific details. The part that I specifically took inspiration from is
Yeah.
in that version of the Time Machine, the main character tries to go back in time to stop like a event that happened in his life from happening. In fact, that's the entire reason he built the Time Machine. And it doesn't take him till the end of the movie that the reason why he could never actually change that event is because it would have stopped him from building the Time Machine in the first place for the Paradox. So,
Oh, yeah.
so the universe itself is basically like, no, you can't do this, or else you would, or else, I mean, it's basic time travel lore. That's a grandfather paradox. You would, stop the event that caused you from stopping the event that caused you from making the time machine would then stop you from going back in time and bring
Right.
from stopping the event. So it just um and I know that like that's one of the biggest theories when it comes to time travel, like people trying to make actual time machines in real life or trying to figure out how time travel would work. That's one of the theories is that either it would be impossible to change the past, or you would end up creating a split timeline.
Yeah.
And I am still, I think I mentioned this before, I'm still to this day pissed that Avengers Endgame tried to do. Like, I liked Endgame as a finale for the Marvel storyline that they were doing for Infinity Saga, but I hated how they did time travel because they basically tried to have both forms of time travel, one where it would create a split timeline, and two where it would create a paradox. And it's like, no, you can't fucking do that. That makes no goddamn sense.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's the one thing that actively pisses me off about that movie because it's like, no, either it creates a split timeline or it creates a paradox. Don't have both. You're gonna confuse the fucking audience if they're paying enough attention to this.
Yeah.
And to be fair with Endgame, it only applied to like the paradox stuff only applied to like the Infinity Stones. But in that case, it's still kind of a yeah, no, this still doesn't, like, you can't fucking do that. Yeah, I get there's only one type of Infinity Stones that can work in the Marvel universe at any given time, but that's still you've already set up the idea of split timelines. Just have it be a split fucking timeline and don't complicate the story.
Yeah.
And I think the reason it bothered me even more is because the end of the movie had Cap go back in time and try and return the stones, and it's like, okay, I see what they're doing there. Two of the stones, like, how the fuck did he return them? Because one is like this weird gaseous form, and the other requires you to the other one requires you to basically sacrifice someone for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, either way,
Finally, the terror is over. Now
like
that's what I
either
call
way,
a happy ending.
it's not gonna work. Hey, got a fucking scam person in the chat.
Yeah.
This is DNN's
Here, you can get more.
Peter
You can get more
McDonald
subscribers.
I'm
Like,
coming to
yeah,
you
that's
live
nice.
The
I'm not paying
Elijah
money
One
to
appears
basically buy
dropping
subscribers.
parachute troops from its cargo bay. It'll be trouble when those reinforcements destroy the target areas while shooting down the enemy dropping into the battle.
Also, apparently, so technically, I was half right with the things dropping from the helicopter. They are
Those
bombs,
must be some
but
new
they're
kinds
like
of weapons. They're being dropped one after another from the Elijah
mechanical
One.
bombs,
Metalwolf will have
like
no choice but
ones
to
that they
deal
can
with
control
this
and
firepower.
move.
Yeah.
So, there's that. It's interesting.
So wait, these are drone landmines?
Basically.
That's not unusual. That content's been done before.
Yeah, and it's kind of a, you know what, that actually, that's kind of smart. Like, not even trying to defeat me. Like, that's a smart thing. That'd be a smart thing for a military anyway.
I mean, Nazi Germany did it back in World War II. The Goliath tracked mine.
Huh.
Like, yeah, it was essentially like a remote-controlled landmine that you would just fucking drive up to, like, positions, and you just fucking detonate it.
First, start by reducing the strong attacks. That device seems to have improved the guidance function performance of the smart bomb, Mr. President.
Yeah, but apparently it's called a smart bomb.
Yeah.
Alright.
guidance device. It's
But yeah,
flying
the more of these areas the target areas I destroy, the harder it is for the helicopter, like the smart bombs to find them, essentially.
Right.
That's good. I mean, that's what I did earlier, before I died, was just destroy the fucking target areas first. Mostly because I don't want to deal with the fucking helicopter right now. You see that thing's firepower? Dead sick. So, have any interesting or fun facts about Houston, Texas?
Oh, shit. Okay, give me a moment. Well, I do know Astro World was once there in Houston, Texas. It was a theme park that was owned by Six Flags started back in 1968.
Right. I think I remember that.
Yeah. Well, it was sold to Six Flags in 1978, but it was built in 1968.
The only Six Flags I've ever been to is Six Flags, go to Texas in a long time.
Some scientists were among the POWs you
It's
rescued who
a
were
fun
held
place.
against their will to research space resources.
But for the record, despite living in Texas, the other reason I'm not giving fun facts about Houston is because I've never actually been to Houston.
Oh, really?
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I've not been to a decent chicken place in Texas.
Right.
I haven't been to San Antonio, haven't been to Austin, Texas, and I know those are like two of the bigger places that people usually vacation to.
Right. I also know Houston was originally the state capital of Texas. Before in 1839, they relocated it to Austin.
Yeah. Because I think at this point, one of the I think I remember hearing at some point that if state capitals were like the largest cities in the state for Texas, it would be that would change the state capital like Dallas or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what crap Dallas is but
I mean, I do know Houston was once the regional petroleum center due to Spindletop.
But yeah, like I could tell you facts about different places in Texas. I can't tell you facts about like Houston because I've never been. I've never been, and there's not really much I know. And the only real thing I can tell about fucking about like San Antonio is the Alamos there.
Oh yeah.
I know Austin, Texas is where Rooster Teeth was originated.
Yeah.
And other than that, and it being state capital, that's all I can tell you. I mean, to be fair, like I am not a historian. It's one of the reasons why I'm happy to have you on screen, because that's probably one of the few times we can. One of the few times on stream we're able to use your knowledge outside of like trivia nights for multiplayer.
Take a look at that.
Yeah. God, man, it's like Rooster Teeth fell so fucking hard over the years.
I know, and it really saddens me.
But we still have the Speed Ace up our
And I mean, they fell hard for a lot of reasons.
Being the Super Assault Heavy Attack Elijah 1 helicopter.
I am still surprised. I want to see it and see if it's any good. But speaking of Rooster Teeth, they actually did a direct-to-DVD crossover movie with fucking DC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's non-canon to Ruby and DC in general, so it's kind of just its own story. But it's basically the kids
Suspicion was
from
among the
like
POWs
the
you rescued. He
superhero
was
kids
forced to perform to entertain the
from
troops.
DC, so like Robin, Nightwing, I think Superboy, stuff like that. Like they're helping with the crew, like the kids from the Ruby series. So like Team Ruby, Team Jennifer, stuff like that. And it's kind of interesting. I want to see if it's any good. I remember it being
Close the launch
announced
bay
and
doors,
it
Mr.
being kind of
President.
a
First,
oh
start by
that's kind of
reducing
neat
the
that they're
strong
doing that.
attack.
I mean, at this point, it's like Ruby's the only series that people even care about with one. And that fact alone really saddens me because I remember I remember Red versus Blue being a big deal. I remember some of the other series that they tried to get off the ground. I remember the fucking X-Ray and that and Gab or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Like that was a joke that started in Achievement Hunter, and they turned that into an actual series, and that was actually really. I remember that like that only lasted for 2 seasons, but I don't remember it being really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The fuselage damage rate is above 50%.
I cannot remember
Get
what
into
else
gear.
they've done. I know they did Strangerhood.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, there's the Rooster Teeth Anime Adventures where they got segments from the podcast that they did and just animated them.
Oh, yeah.
And those were I remember those being a lot of fun for a while, and then I just kind of stopped doing.
Yeah. I
Uh,
understand.
and I still enjoy them. They're so funny. I just like I don't follow Rooster Teeth anymore. Yeah, fucking had a fly land on my nose. Yeah, just outdoor good. Okay, there's got to be extra hell for me somewhere. Thanks, Jody. How did that not do any fucking damage to it?
Black smoke is rising from Metal Wolf. This is DNN's.
The Elijah One
Ah.
dropping parachute scoops from its cargo bay. It'll be trouble when those reinforcements land. Destroy the target areas while shooting down the enemy dropping into the battle.
This is what happens when I breeze through a fucking level.
Yeah.
Takes me another fucking hour to get through the next level I decided to choose.
Super Sniper Unit and the pride of the U.S. Airborne is joining the fight. They're dropping into battle one after the other. This is a scene of biblical proportions, a modern-day David and Goliath.
Okay, Mr. President, let's shoot them down.
Biblical proportions, eh?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm convinced this is saying things that sounds cool.
Bay doors that hold the bullets.
Yeah.
First, start by reducing the strong attack. That device seems to have improved the
Say it's as
guidance
bad as
function
Tucker
performance
Carlson,
of the
but
smart bomb,
no,
Mr. President.
no, he's not.
The performance of the smart bomb seems to have fallen off. If there's no guidance device, it's flying blind.
The fucking flame for one of my rockets just stayed in midair for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There's an enemy that's inside of a building. You know, a building
Oh,
that I
damn.
can't fucking get into.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, to be fair, I don't
Was a
need
POW
to
you
take
rescued.
out
He was
all the
forced to
enemies.
perform to entertain the
I just
troops.
need to worry about the helicopter and the target areas. But it's like the enemy is just fucking clipped through the building. I think the game is even still registering where that enemy is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I can't, like, there's nothing I can do.
Oh, yeah.
This game just keeps fucking delivering, doesn't it? I mean, to be fair, it's better than a lot of modern games that are just broken, buggy messes that... Because at least this is a broken, buggy mess that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I haven't run into many glitches. I haven't run into many glitches. I think there's one where the game itself just kind of froze up on me, and when I tried to close out, the game crashed. But that's kind of that's surprisingly normal. And then there's that, the fucking enemy clipping through the building, or clipping into the
Yeah.
building. I mean that's the type of glitch that I love seeing. Like ones that don't break the game, but are legitimately funny. And even then, like glitches that break the game, if they're funny to me, and I can at least get back to where I was and not have to worry about much, I'm not as upset.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most annoyed I've ever been to a glitch is having my Wii U. And I had this when, like, my Wii U was still, I don't want to say new, but, like, just a handful of years old. Like, randomly, the games were just freeze. And when games froze on the Wii U, you would have to
Yeah.
reset the entire console. Like, you couldn't even close out a game. You had to reset
Damn.
the entire... Yeah, and it's a pain in the ass, but it's at least a...
Scientists were among the POWs you
It's
rescued.
not
They were held against their will
terrible.
to research
At least
space
it's
resources.
like your system wasn't bricked and you could no longer use the system. Just
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just like manual reset or hard reset
Yeah.
the system every time. You might lose progress, but it's losing progress is a lot better than straight up losing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like nowadays, a decent chunk of systems, and a decent chunk of games, like I think ever since like PlayStation 2 era, have
Yeah.
have autosave features. So it's not um, definitely not as big a deal as it would have been back in like the 90s or even early 2000s where you have to manually save.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for anyone whose first experience playing Half-Life was on the PS2 port.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Because I think you have to the levels wouldn't autosave, so you had to manually save.
Yeah.
And apparently there was the expansion that was made exclusive for the PS2 version, Half-Life Decay. Apparently there was a PC version planned, but it got canceled.
Oh, okay.
And it really saddens me because I would have loved to see an official. There are unofficial ports of it, or unofficial mods, for the original Half-Life that do let you play it. But I would have liked to see an official release of that on PC.
Yeah.
Especially because like Half-Life on PS2 is fairly hard to track down. I mean, you can always emulate it, or if you have a way to play, like backups or something, you can experience it that way. And in fact, I recommend if you're gonna try Half-Life on PS2, like worst comes to worst, do an emulator.
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well.
If I had a chance, and I actually found a Dreamcast that would play Burn Disc for like $100 at a local working air quotes,
Yeah.
retro game store for like 100. I wish I had the money for it. Hell, like I would trade my current Dreamcast for it, but they said that I'd get like I would still have to pay like half the price of the Dreamcast because they'd only give me like for my Dreamcast, even with the controller, even like everything included, they only give me like I'd only get like $50.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, I know a decent chunk of like retro game stores do that. Like retro game stores, hell, even like modern like GameStop.
Bro,
and
no,
stuff
that's
is
a fucking fuck retro game stores. Just fucking emulate shit. Because you know how many fucking retro.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know how many? Yeah, do you know how many retro game stores just fucking overcharge a lot for like games that are not even worth that price?
Oh yeah.
Like I saw a post on Twitter and it's like Friday the 13th was like I can't remember the price, but it was over like $100 on the
original,
NES.
Okay, I was about to say the original NES game or the recent one, because the recent one,
Yeah.
like, there's no fucking way that's over $100.
Yeah, no fucking way the NES version of Friday the 13th is over fucking $100. It doesn't even fucking deserve 20.
I would have to check eBay and see how much that's going for. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with you. There's no fucking way it's worth $100.
Like, yeah, fucking retro game stores are just like fucking terrible.
For me, the only reason I like retro game stores is for the convenience. And at the very least, my experience from retro game stores hasn't been terrible. Like the games I pay for, yeah, they're about the same I would find on eBay, but at least with at least getting them from retro game store, I'm not paying extra for shipping.
Yeah, I know. Also, I went back to the post because I found it again. I was wrong. Friday the 13th on the NES, they sell it at this store for $950.
What the fuck?
All because it's fucking sealed and it's fucking graded by fucking WADA. Even though everyone knows at this point,
the speed ace up our sleeve.
Yeah, fuck WADA. Everyone knows WADA's a fucking scam anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Elijah 1 helicopter.
Charging extra because it's sealed and graded. Yeah, I hate that it's graded, but I understand charging extra for that. But it's still like, I would not spend that fucking money on it.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate graded games in general because it's fucking stupid.
Fuck graded games. Why the fuck is even the point? Like, what is the purpose of a graded game? It's just gonna sit on the fucking shelf?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. No, and I'm in the mindset like graded games is one of the most worthless fucking collectibles that a person can have. Because
Oh, yeah.
games are meant to be fucking played.
Mm-hmm.
And if all you're gonna do is just buy a game so it can sit on a shelf, like I've bought games like that. To be fair, I bought games that just sit on shelves. But for me, I don't own the system that they work on,
Yeah.
and
Join
in
the
some
last levers,
cases,
Mr. President. First, start by reducing
and
the strong
in some
attack.
cases, it's probably just easier for me to emulate. Like stuff like fucking Atari 2600 games. You can get those. You can get Atari 2600 games cheap, and I want an Atari 2600 so I can play them on actual hardware, but I'm in no rush. I can emulate those, and especially because those games are literally I could emulate in. I mean, they're one button games.
Yeah.
They're not hard. I could probably find an emulator and play those on my fucking good.
Uh-huh. Also,
Um,
I'm looking at a response to this. Apparently, this guy's game store was selling the box for Earthbound at $450.
okay,
Just the
that's
box.
bullshit.
That is
Look,
bullshit.
I know I know Earthbound goes for a lot, but $400
It's,
for just the box is crazy.
it goes for a lot, even though no one fucking plays it.
Oh yeah, and that's the worst thing. Like at this point, if you really want Earthbound, like you can play it for free on fucking Switch Online.
Yeah.
Hell, you can play the first game. And honestly, Mother 1 and Mother 2 are just they're interesting stories. Like the stories in those games, I think are enjoyable, but it doesn't mean they're good games.
Yeah.
They are aged.
Yeah, I call Earthbound the RPG everyone has heard of but never played.
Down for the count. Finally,
Because
the
it gets exposed on YouTube and fucking Toby Fox is making Undertale based on fucking Earthbound, but no one fucking plays it.
Undertale.
No
Well,
one fucking plays
and the funny thing is, Undertale is actually closer to Mother 3, which is
Yeah.
the one Earthbound game
This
I
is
think
DNN's Peter
is
McDonald
worth
reporting.
playing.
I'm coming to you
Yeah.
live today
Like
from
it's
a
the only
US
game in that
military
series that
base
I
in the
will
outskirts
say
of Houston.
yes, no, play Mother 3,
The Elijah one
play it
appears
on
to
emulator.
be robbing
If you
parachute
absolutely
chutes from
have
a
to
cargo
play it on
bay.
actual
It'll
hardware,
be
get
trouble when
like
those
even get a
reinforcements
reproduction
land.
card. Just
Destroy the
just
target
play
areas
Mother
while
3 because
shooting
that's
down
the
the
only
enemy
that's the only one that is
aircraft.
really worth playing. It's legitimately Mother 3 is one of the few video games
Those
that
must
has
be
actually
some
made
new
me
kinds
cry.
of weapons.
Yeah.
They're being dropped one after another from the
It
Elijah
is
one.
a damn
Metalwork will have
good.
no choice but to deal
For me,
with
it
this
is just a damn
firepower.
good story, and it's. I am sad that Nintendo has never tried localizing it, but at this point, it's a. If Nintendo were to localize it, I just want them to use the fucking fan translation because the fan translation
Yeah.
is legitimately that fucking good.
Right.
It's basically like
Super sniper unit
it's
and
funny
five
because the
of
fan
US
translation
airborne
is
joining the
it
fight.
essentially
They're
is
dropping
what
into
if
battle
Nintendo
one after the other.
localized
This is a scene of
this
biblical
themselves.
proportions.
It's
A
really
modern-day
good for
David
them.
and
That's it.
Goliath.
Okay, Mr. President, let's
Mhm.
shoot them down.
But yeah, no,
But,
like
like-
fucking, I want a copy. I want a copy of Earthbound, but I'm at this point I'm more willing to buy just a fucking reproduction copy. I'm not buying an unofficial copy of that.
Just fucking emulate it, dude.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
fucking
no.
emulate it.
No, and to me, like if I want it just to have a physical copy. If I were to play it, I'm playing that on my Switch because I get that for free.
Oh yeah.
Hell, when it came to Wii U, I actually did buy it because it was like $10 on Wii U when it first came out. I did buy it on Wii U, and I think $10 for the game. If you absolutely have to pay for the game, $10 to get it on Wii U when the Wii U eShop was up. That I think is fair for Earthbound.
Oh yeah. Shit. It's like,
I still think
these prices.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like I'm back on the post and like the first picture they have shows 2 Earthbound boxes. One of them is for 2,400. The other one's for 305,000. Well, okay, 3,500.
That's still too
Like,
like
that's
if it's just the box, that's way too fucking.
yeah. It's like if you are willing to pay that much amount of money, you just got fucking scammed.
Well, and for me, it's like I understand the first price, like you said like $2,000 for the full game, but it's still way too fucking much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd at least understand it for the full game. Like it comes like full game sealed comes with the strategy guide that did come with the American version of the game. That I'd
Yeah.
understand. That I believe more for $2,000. I'd still be pissed because that's still a lot of fucking money for that game, but it's still that's a little more believable.
Yeah.
Just the box for $2,000
Guidance device
is too
is
much,
flying blind.
and $3,000 like
A musician
that
was
that
among
is
the
an obvious
POWs
fucking
you
scam.
rescued. He was forced to
Oh,
perform to
yeah.
entertain the troops.
And I'm like I am happy that the retro game stores I've been to have not been that fucking scammy.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think last time I've been to, like, last retro game store I've been to, had a handful of Dreamcast games, and it's like, man, I want these games, but I don't want to spend this fucking much on them. I think I had, like, Sonic Adventure with the manual, like, complete, not sealed, but complete for, like, 65 on Dreamcast. Somewhere between
Yeah.
like 40 and 65. Like 40 itself, not 45. But anyway. And yeah, that seems a bit much, but I can still understand that because it's a complete copy. It comes with the manual, it comes with the game. The case itself seems to be in a fairly decent condition. Or not decent condition, like good condition. Looks like it's barely been messed with. I didn't take a look at the game itself, but I would assume like the game is, if it has scratches, they would have had it on the tag that yeah, this is a little beaten up. But yeah, like 40 for a complete copy of Sonic Adventure, that's about as much as I've seen complete copies go for.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had like Jet Grind Radio, or it was called. I know they changed the name to Jet Set Radio later, but the original American Dreamcast version of Jet Grind Radio. Anyway, that was like 65, around 65. And that's one that I'm looking at and thinking, man, I really wish that wasn't
Damage rate is
$65.
above 50%.
Yeah.
Get into gear.
But that's another one where it's like I've seen like just the disc for Jet Set Radio go for around 30. It's another one where like the price bothers me, but I understand it.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy that like at least in my experience from retro game stores, I don't feel like I've been ripped off as much.
Uh-huh. Also, we're still on this fucking mission?
I keep fucking dying.
Scientists
We
were among
fucking
the
get better at the
POWs you
game,
rescued.
bro.
I'm trying,
They sent
Phantom.
help
I'm
to research
trying.
space research
Try
efforts.
faster.
What are you saying? You don't want to spend 2 fucking weeks on this game?
Yeah, we got fucking other games to do, boy.
I know. Yeah, I know. We have other games to do this month.
We have a schedule.
No, we don't.
Okay, not really, but we probably
we have a
should.
list. We have a list. We have a list, and we're not even like following the list exactly. It's just kind of these are games that we have planned, and we don't know which
Oh,
one
yeah.
we don't entirely have a plan of what's next. It's just these are games that are planned for this month.
Yes.
I mean, if it was possible, I would find a way to fucking have you play a game on stream and just give myself a break. But not easy for me to set that up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I probably could find a way to do it because it's not easy to set that up.
Yeah, possibly.
But no, I am not. I never intentionally try and pad out a game.
Yeah.
If you see me sucking at a game, it's because I legitimately suck. It's not because I'm doing it intentionally because haha balls. Glares at Game Grumps. Glares angrily at Game
At
Grumps.
Aaron, especially.
Yeah, Aaron especially.
Fuck Aaron.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't. He honestly doesn't deserve his voice acting career. Fuck him.
Oh yeah, no. And I'll at least, from what I've seen of him in stuff that I like where he's done voice acting, like I don't even think he's a bad voice actor. It's just like holy shit, the guy doesn't deserve
Yeah.
it. I mean, before he did Game Grumps, he did do animations and they were good. Problem is that YouTube fucked over like animators on their site, and he went to the next best thing, which is fucking being terrible at video games and pretending that he knows what he's doing, and yet it's very clear that dude's almost as bad as a fucking stereotypical game journalist that's never picked up a controller in their life.
I dare say, Aaron Hansen may be almost or as much as bad as fucking Darkside Phil.
Ugh. Oh, oh.
It's like at least
I haven't seen him recently. I haven't seen him recently. Aaron recently to confirm or deny.
At least Darkside Phil can be unintentionally funny. Aaron's just fucking insufferable.
Yeah, no, I just like the fact that Game Grumps is as popular as it is. And I've laughed at Game Grumps before, I'll admit that, but it's like the fact that Game Grumps are as popular as they are pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because they are one of, in my opinion, one of the worst channels, mostly because they're intentionally doing like there's no fucking way Aaron can be that bad at games because they have to he has to know exactly what he's doing and playing these games intentionally bad because haha lols and it's what pisses me off the most. Like I know I'm bad at these at a lot of games I play, but I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm bad. And to be fair, a lot of games that I do suck at a lot, like this. This is the first time I've ever fucking played this game. Okay, that's not entirely true. I played the game before a couple of years ago. The most I played is literally the first fucking level of this game.
Right.
So you seeing me like people watching the stream, especially like the YouTube re-uploads, he says not at this point still not uploading fucking No Wolf Chaos to YouTube. And I do apologize for that. I didn't get around to it. Anyways, but people watching me play fucking No Wolf on stream and failing massively. Take into account this is literally the first time I've ever played this game. This is the first I've gotten in this game, and I don't like. To be fair, I'm not. One of the biggest reasons I'm not as good at it is because I've never played it before, and I only half know what I'm doing. But I'm not like intentionally falling down every pit I see because I think it would make for good content. That's not funny. That's I'm trying to pad out gameplay.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Besides, if I wanted to pad out
Ground
gameplay, there's other ways
forces
to
have
do
been
it.
totally decimated
Yeah.
by the hand of Metal Wolf. But we still have the Speed Ace up our sleeve. That trump card
Yeah, sure.
being
Yeah, starting to wish I hadn't used the fucking super attack. Because it would have at least gotten some damage from the off on the helicopter.
Yeah.
Eh. I mean, to be fair, it's just not easy to hit this thing. Because I can't tell. I know there's a hellfire on the top. It's just hard for me to tell if I'm using it.
Yeah. You are getting damaged right now, so
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, I see it. But
Too much damage.
fuck.
Try to remain calm.
Ah. Okay, I know there was. I
How
couldn't
about
remember.
destroying the
Swore there
launch
was
bay
hell
doors,
throughout
Mr.
here.
President? First, start by reducing the strong attacks.
Field canister here. That'll probably help. I mean, it's only one, but it's something.
it's something. Well,
Oh.
there goes that.
Oh, John. Well, it didn't help that one of the fucking
Metal Wolf looks
remote
Are you
mines
gonna
just
let him
fucking
get
hit
away
me.
with saying that, Mr. President?
There was anything in my mind. Missed, but. What is the president doing? He's not even attacking the helicopter. Oh shit, I gotta find health.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really curious what I'm gonna do for the fucking thumbnails when I eventually post most of the parts to YouTube. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I don't know if I can easily just paste my icon onto the Meg. Because I don't think that'd be
Yeah.
as funny. Just want to just try to destroy stuff and see if there's health. And it could always be worse. I mean, it could be the section, the Beverly Hills level where I had to get rid of bombs, and my idea of getting rid of the bombs is just shooting them.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the game, it's like both visual evidence and the game itself told me like shooting the bombs would make them explode.
Yeah.
Although to me, I mean, it worked. It got rid of the bombs, and it counted, and it counted as me saving Beverly Hills. So
Oh yeah.
I think that's all that matters at the end of the day. And these canisters are health. It's just more ammo. I'm not saying I'm not appreciative, but I need help, not ammo.
Yeah.
Metal Wolf is trying to escape from the base. Metal Wolf is trying to escape from the base.
Shut up, news anchor.
I mean, it's a good way of telling me that that I'm leaving the area, but I can also just look at the screen. That's the part on screen that says leaving area.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, I'm not blind. he says, having both himself and his avatar wearing fixed glasses.
Yeah.
My eyesight may be poor, but I'm not completely blind. No shit. No shit.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking die again. It's
No.
922, pal.
No. Ah, you said 922.
Yeah, it's 922.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Metal Wolf
You
is
might-
down for the count.
I think it's really
Finally,
just
the
they really
terror
quit
is
it
over.
anyway.
Now
Yeah.
that's what I
Now,
call a
here's the
happy
thing.
ending.
How much money do you have, like, in-game wise?
I have no idea. I should probably check and like upgrade, like
Yeah,
off screen, upgrade my
just-
weapons.
Yeah, just go and develop more weapons. Off screen, just fucking grind. I don't know.
Oh hell yeah, I love this song. Look, Sonic 06 may not be a great game, but I still fucking love the soundtrack of that game.
Oh yeah.
Like it for me, Sonic 06 is one of the best examples of Sonic music is probably the best thing of any of the Sonic games.
Yeah.
Like the game could be Sega literally just shitting in a box and shipping it to store shelves, and the music will still somehow be really good.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I don't know how, but it will. Anyway, but yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back to more Mellow. Hopefully, I'll like I'm gonna grind off screen. I'm probably also just gonna. I'm probably gonna cut a decent chunk of me dying. Just do a fucking montage of me dying.
Yeah.
Or something, I don't know. I'll think of something. I mean, I mentioned it before, like, to be fair, like, yeah, I'm bad at this game, but this is the first time I played this game. Me being bad is mostly, yeah. I don't entirely know what I'm doing. But yeah, no, Fam's got a point. We need to, like, I want to try and get through this game as quickly as I possibly can, because we do have other games, and that reminds me, I still need to try and get Disaster Day of Crisis working. Like, if I can't get it working on my actual Wii, I'm probably just gonna pull it up on a Dolphin.
Yeah.
Because that is a yes, guaranteed 100%. I am doing that for this month. Even if like Metal Wolf somehow, like I hate saying this, if Metal Wolf takes us the entire fucking month of July to play through because I'm that bad at it, and we only get 1 day for Disaster Day of Crisis, I'm still doing Disaster Day of Crisis at least once this month.
Yeah.
Because those are the two fucking confirmed games for this month. Anyway, I've rambled enough, and I'm more annoyed at myself. Although, granted, I did start late, but anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Phantom, do you have anything else to say?
Nope, I do not.
You have a funny clip that you want me to add?
Nope, not that I could think about.
Okay. So I can probably just straight up export this to YouTube. It'll be private until I have the other two parts, but
Yeah.
I could just straight up export this one and not have at least one Metal with Chaos episode on YouTube. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for more Metal Wolf. No, fade black. There you go.